you like yours?
Are they all different? Or?
They're all the same. They're all the same.
Thank you.
Chicha is bomb.
The bomb.
Yeah, from your
this
roots.
one.
Your roots.
To start off,
More on the layout. Go through the layout first, so it's like the whole thing all over again. The priority is the dry kitchen over here. Then all the way there's a whole stretch of carpentry for storages, displays. So I see this one is a nice wall. We can do a nice TV console over here.
So this particular camping area, because it will be used like for multi-purposes. So initially when we spoke with Tyler, it was to not have a TV console and not have a TV, and it was meant to be like a projector, so that I can have it there when I want it. I can remove the TV and have it like a whole lounge feel if I just want to entertain people.
the projector is mounted on the ceiling. That means the cable got to run and then connect all the way to the front with whatever that you're going to watch with. And over some time, maybe the cable goes kaput.
Yeah.
Wow, then you gotta redo.
Because like nowadays they have all, you know, the smaller,
Yeah.
I don't know if that would just be like enough. Yeah, I don't know, because that one is like you can legitimately bring that to any room.
You mean the projector?
Yeah. You know, rather than have one installed.
Yeah. So with the smaller ones, I think it's really the last level of the projector. So if it's not strong enough, that means you gotta watch in complete darkness. If not, a little bit of like light coming in, then you realize.
I generally like presentations, so it's like I finally put in so many hours of work and get to show them what we are really doing with their place rather than just a talk kind of thing. So in presentations, we finally get to prepare our material and to present to them.
The anticipation is always exciting because you want to see how they react to what we have come up with, and sometimes they love it, but sometimes they just have no reaction. And you're thinking to yourself, wait, is it good or bad?
So now things...
You want to go darker on the carpentry, is it?
Yeah.
We actually did one darker carpentry.
Yeah.
We did.
First level is still with parents.
Yeah, so but we did say like, because we initially wanted the like still do like full black shaker and everything, but his mom's very opposed to black. So we were thinking, okay let's just do like a darker color, but it's just not black. So it could be like a deep forest green.
When it comes to friends or people we know, it's a little bit harder for them. I think they try to be a little bit more polite and courteous. They dare not tell you that this is not something that they like, which is so crucial, you know. So I always remind them, in fact for friends and people that we know personally, I have to continuously stress to them that, hey, don't worry, it's okay. You know, just tell me what you think.
I really like how they are more comfortable with us. Like they did have minor arguments here and there.
I think we should just leave the tap on the island. It will come in handy. Like let's just say you're doing all like the chopping, the baking and whatever, the prepping there, you would need that sink there. You shouldn't have it right next to the fire. You get what I mean?
Okay.
It's not conducive. It's better, it's easier for you to turn around and do the stuff and whatever than for it to be side by side. You have no space to put all your prep, whatever you want to cook on the side, and once finished on the side, if you're going to put your sink there, it's not functional. I'm asking you if they want to put a dispenser above that chest of drawers right there, you know? And that's what you're saying now. Then later you're like, oh, you buy one and free that. Get what I mean? It's
Okay,
like,
firstly, there's really not enough space. If my current water filter system is next to the tap and shares that same sink, right? Yeah, then it will use up a lesser space and it's just going to be there. Hot water just boil up. You cannot have everything, you don't have a lot of space here also.
it's convenience. Okay.
It's changing the entire, it's throwing away the entire current system that we have. We cannot reuse, we get a new one. And by placing that, you reduce the counter space also.
The last time
Your appliances are very high tech now, it don't take very long to boil water.
I know it's not about that, it's about, you know, immediate.
to be honest, every client, I mean, when it comes to homes, actually even businesses, they have business partners, they have different opinions and everything. I wouldn't use the word quarrel. I think I would use the word difference in opinion, and they are on their way to find the same opinion.
Everything just built into your wardrobe. If you need that drawer space, you can always add on later. You build now, you fix, it's fixed already. The whole space is gone, and if it's going to be too long, you can't even do a full length mirror that you need.
I still
Do
think.
this as so we to do away with this one first.
I know I will regret if I do away with that. I confirm will regret.
Do away with which one?
That accessory thingy.
This one still have accessory, yeah?
Yeah lah, even but when you build it in means I have less wardrobe space. That's my problem with it. And if you do that, I guarantee you, I will utilize your wardrobe.
I think it's going to happen anyway.
No, it won't. It won't. Give me my island, please.
That
Yeah.
your storage can also be on the.
No. Vanity is cosmetic only. Don't come and tuck here, no. Yeah.
It shows that they are comfortable, right? That's why they are willing to be more open with us. So when we hear things like that, we get to see where they are coming from, or help them with their choices, or maybe push one side, give more strength towards one side, and things like that.
But yes, it does get heated sometimes. But then again, like what I always say, what I enjoy part of this profession is that I get to meet different people, I get to meet different personalities, and it's interesting to see how different people interact with each other. And sometimes we just have to play the role of maybe a mediator, and I mean, we've had clients who have come in during a meeting, one of them stomps out, and they say continue, and then somebody outside is shouting at the other party inside, and I have to say, look, don't worry, we'll take care of your interests, try and calm things down. Yeah, I like to think I'm quite good at that. So far, we've moved projects along, so it's very important to find a designer who can handle this situation. Why you gotta capture this back pain in your area? Already got car behind. Yeah, it's an old injury. I used to do martial arts competitively, quite intensively. So there were a lot of competitions and tournaments. But it was only 2-3 years after the pain started to surface. So I have slip disc issues and all that. So yeah, and of course, it's a pretty tough profession as well. We've got to be out on site, etc. I've been dealing with that for a long time already, but the show must go on.
不想啊，你的腿如果顶在我的上面的沙粒，那你狗里要做。
有位
两位你出来看一下。
Do you think we need screening here?
Huh?
Do you think we need a screening here?
Good to have 啊。
没有的话，它比较容易走啊。
应该不要晃了。
Accessibility wise is easier 啦
Yeah
for
lah.
them
不要
for
晃了哦。
And don't put also 咯。
一定都不啦哦。washing machine 在这边嘛，它走也比较容易走啊。
Unless you do a very shallow one just for the aesthetic
你
only.
找一个，这边包了，这个包了。
Okay.
好。
Okay. Here can do a pull up bar.
Okay, not high enough. You pull out, you gong your head already.
可以拉那个单杠啊。
这里很有包的了。
Okay, the client basically they want something that is a bit more simple. Then the color tone we are going for something that is neutral, and basically that one is a inter-terrace. So what we're trying to do is that we use a partial of the facade that is set in so that it's segregated from the neighbor side. Then we also want to enhance the frontage of it. So what we did is that we did some sort of frame we frame the second story levels. Then we do pivot because they also consider of the privacy issue. So the pivot panel is actually turned at a certain angle that can provide some sort of sunlight that's shining into the secondary living area. So one common issue for the inter-terrace houses is that natural lighting is always insufficient, especially the central area. So what we did is that we cut out some sort of 2 holes of the entire building. So one hole is actually subtracted from the area that is behind the staircase area. So the staircase and the airwell area become a light well that shine evenly into all 3 levels. So the right side is actually the pathway that is going into the bedroom. Usually common corridor is actually a bit dark, especially come to landed houses. So what we do is that we do a glass slab which allow lighting to penetrate from each floor to each floor.
So in our case, it's not just a light well because I love physics, so hot air rises. So what happens then? A lot of houses are done with air wells and a fixed glass on top, and you will realize that it gets very, very hot. So what we did was that we introduced breathing holes, and in order to do that, what we did was we play around with the bricklaying, so that it's almost like a castle kind of a laying of brick. So you have the top brick and a void and then a brick, so that the space can breathe. And this encourages cross ventilation that will push all the hot air that has come up, is going to push it out. Then the next question is rain. What do we do with it? So we need to introduce overhang to make sure that the glass overhangs beyond this, because it's not just falling rain but also rain that has hit the roof, and there's mist, there's some little droplets of water that could also come in, so we have to overhang a bit more. I mean, all this really comes from experience. To say that we have never made a mistake like that before, I would be lying. But I think what is important to me is that we learn from our mistakes, and sometimes even when we see other people's mistakes, we have to etch it in our minds and learn from it. That's the only way to accelerate much faster, to gain a higher pool of knowledge and wisdom. I need to fill that up a bit more.
Okay.
Got enough?
For now, yes. You want
A bit over, thank you.
I did made minor changes.
Great.
Hopefully it's closer to what it is. So it's like a light grey, white. So it's more contrasting in some sense. But it also doesn't go too dark for the parents.
Okay.
Then the only contrast that, as per what we previously discussed, will be the island. Initially, my idea of what they want is on the very black and white, kind of on the darker side, where like more masculine in some sense. But after talking to them the first time round, I get that they actually just want a more homey feel. Everything just kind of on the brighter side in general. Then they don't really need the TV in their living room kind of person. They just want people to come in, to hang out, to grab a drink. It's more like a welcoming place to host people.
Okay, all in all,
Yeah.
I think the good news is that we worked out the overall costing,
Yeah.
and based on the original stipulated budget, I think it's looking good.
Wow, I like that.
This is upstairs. So I've changed the layout a bit.
Ooh, I like.
And I've added, because I saw that, okay, the budget is quite healthy, I added an island here.
And it's still healthy.
It's still healthy.
So interestingly, now that your sofa actually rotate orientation, right? So it now face this way, man. This could be the so-called
The projector
wall.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if people, I don't think it's a full wall.
Oh, it's not full wall.
I don't think it's a full wall. It's not a full wall because if it's a full wall, then it defeats. I think the the purpose of the double volume living room would be reduced. I think it's not a full wall.
You mean on this floor?
Yeah, it's not a full wall based on the drawing.
Yeah, I see the floor plan.
The architecture is being done by someone else.
Yeah.
So there's definitely a bit of a break in the communication or chain of command or whatever. So how difficult is it to work around that?
I wouldn't call it difficult. At the end of the day, it's more about communication. So we also stand by the client's needs. So for example, if they would needed certain things here and there, we do hope that the architect from some other party to accommodate to what we want, because at the end of the day, what we want represents client's lifestyle.
To be honest, I don't think there's any difficulty. Had it been easier comparing to our projects where it's a smooth transition from Archi into our own ID team? Of course it is, because I think the ideation starts much earlier. There's better communication, but it's not something new, you know. A lot of people look for us to do ID to their homes that are 10 years old, 15 years old. So it's nothing new. I think it's just a matter of like if it was a rebuild and if it was our Archi team on board, we could have catered for a lot more things to be seamlessly integrated.
And then the mounting for the projector probably can be at the other wall, right? The other end of the wall.
The way we are structured is such that it can be a la carte. Our architectural team can work with any other ID. Our ID team can work with any other Archi firm. When we are open, I think it's better to approach it that way. We shouldn't be like, oh, we can only work with ourselves. It's always good to know more people, make more friends. And it's a design community. So.
Now, since the interior design, the design part is close to finalization, so client is very happy with most of the things. So we already have like 2 meetings in. You probably need another one, then we can do a walkthrough of the architecture, so at least we can go there to have a look and feel once the walls are up. But now the architecture side is still very midway through, so as they are still building up the structure, so now it's just about waiting game. Once we get there, then we could get the feel of the place.
It's like finally release, finally we completed another projects, and yeah, overall it looks very good. So I was surprised also, because usually for reconstructions projects, there will be a lot of unforeseen things, like zinc structures, there will be beam protruding here and there, but we managed to resolve very well.
I would say it's definitely a different experience compared to most of the residentials out there. Like previously we have done like on places where the place is already ready for interior design to come in to build upon it. But this time around it's like I have to watch the Archi build up and we have to accommodate each other on how to work around it. So it's really nice that Archi and ID team are on the same side, so it's easy for like me and Zach to communicate through what we need and our wants. So the concept of the place really plays on minimalist, dark minimalist kind of feel. While at the same time, initially we did go propose on very dark ambience throughout the space, but throughout we realized that clients are also homeowners, they'll be staying in there, so they would want a bit more warmth in their house. So we do accommodate like a lot of natural light source coming in, like the air well helps to brighten up the overall space also. I would say attic is a very personal place for the client. It's where he have to showcase his stuff. It's a very private space where he can do his gym there with the mirrors there. It's a very private space, but he would want it different from the rest of the house, since attic is the one where there is direct view towards the outside. So his choice of materials, I would propose something very light all over the place with a sense of consistency, since the ceiling isn't very high also, so that once he go up there, it's like a change of environment. It's an office space. He can really get into the zone there.
Imagine the buildings is usually at the daytime lah. But all the lightings that comes in, it make different of the entire building. It sort of light up the whole thing lah.
Pretty happy with the end result lah. There's a lot of elements that we have made changes throughout the way, so personally I felt like there isn't a lot of highlighted place, but overall the design still come up pretty well. It's still a cozy place for people to come in and dine. Like when we were taking the photo shoot, it still feel like it's some place where I would like to be also.
What is the growth you see in yourself and how does it motivate you to grow even further as an architect? I think given what we have, achieved together as a team in the last 1 year, I think we have grown a lot. But at the same time, I don't know if anyone else feels the same way. If you do, please let me know. Year on year, I always look back and I feel that, we're much better now than the year before. To the point where I almost feel embarrassed of what we've done before. But other people still call it good. But the thing is that you are constantly evolving and getting better. And it's in my nature to just look at what's going on around and see other people, not being envious of them, but I think really like admiring what other people's work are as well. And we aspire to grow in that way. So when I drive around, in fact, it's damn funny. So my wife, right, told me one thing. At least every day you drive around, I see you staring and staring and staring. Never look at your wife. Only look at buildings. You cannot help it, second nature. I look at all the beautiful details, right? Whether it's not our work, whether it's our work or not, but there are beautiful work out there that we should always admire. If you know how to admire and appreciate, then you know how to learn from it and improve ourselves. So, for me, and I hope for me and the team to really grow more and more in terms of knowledge, in terms of design thinking. It's really an endless learning and growing journey. I'm sure you guys have seen the movie 300. Yes. Okay? Sparta. Not just any Spartans, okay? But the 300. Okay?
He wants us to have 6 pack.
1 pack, okay, but just fight like them. Okay? We are a small team, we are small in numbers, but I want us to be able to tackle the behemoth of a project or anything that can come that will knock the shit right out of the sky. Yeah, so I believe in you guys, and I think you guys can definitely do it if you want to. So it's just setting that mindset and we can go ahead. Working between team members and people is also another thing that needs to gear in and then relearn.
Yeah,
so that is
need
also,
to invest time.
Yeah. So that's something that we have. So we want to hold on to that and work towards that as well.
Treasure good relationships and strong bonds. So I think that's an important part of our identity now already. Yeah.
Any other questions?
Awkward silence.
I think that is a compliment. That means I've been very clear. Okay, looks like we have come to the end of season 1. I want to express my greatest thanks to all of you who have supported us all the way, and I look forward to seeing you in season 2. But do remember to like, share, and subscribe.
What do you think about
I got this one for your camera. I think this one is quite urgent right now. Okay.
How about this one, this material?
If we
Let
were
me
to
check the
mix
numbers because there's
last week,
yeah, I
people, what do you think?
Okay. Who are you?